you're most welcome to the NILE Cast on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day. Every day, my name is Okumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news that have made headlines. In the headlines today, Nebi Municipality Member of Parliament donates hand hose to farmers.
The hose is really for production so that people can get food and get money for other things.
Police in Zoka Post investigate a case of impersonation and forgery in Ajimani district.
People are not supposed to stay in a wildlife reserve area. They should better settle outside the game reserve.
And Westnile Rural Electrification Company Limited commissioned streetlights along Avenue Road in Arua City. This and more in the NILE Cast News Bulletin.
They thought it wise that we could light the streets so that people are moving in a fair place that is lit.
A warm welcome to you, viewer, and you're most welcome to the NILE Cast on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the day. Nebi Municipality Member of Parliament Honorable Hashim Suleiman has delivered over 19,000 hand hose to farmers who missed in the previous hand hose distribution from the government of Uganda in 2019. The Member of Parliament has appealed to the beneficiaries to use the hand hose productively to elevate them from poverty as they practice commercial agriculture. Alfred Jawok reports.
Nebi Municipality Member of Parliament Hashim Suleiman has delivered over 19,675 hose to farmers who missed the previous hose distribution from the government in 2019. During the delivery of the hose this morning at his office in Nebi Municipality, the legislator noted that some of the households in his municipality missed government hose, which prompted him to use his own resources to procure the items to help the farmers on the onset of rain. He appealed to the beneficiaries to use the hose productively to elevate them from poverty as they practice commercial agriculture, among others.
We have already picked the households, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then there are some households which are single, are all included. It's around 19,000 now. The hose is really for production so that people can get food and get money for other things. But again, I want to reiterate that after the hose, we are going to bring pangas. After distributing this hose, we are going to bring pangas. And I want to assure you, I'm going to bring the pangas.
Meanwhile, Godwin Opeo, chairperson production Nebi Municipality, said the hose came at the time some members of the public were doubting the efforts of government to help farmers through provision of agricultural inputs like hose and other rudimentary tools.
Yeah, I'm so glad by what we've seen today, what we have witnessed, and this is what we have been waiting for quite a lot of time, because the area member of parliament he kept on promising people, I'm bringing the hose that people have been complaining. We would easily tell seasons are coming in, seasons are going, the hose are nowhere to be seen. But today I was so much surprised when I received a call from his office inviting me to come and witness, being the chairperson of production of Nebi Municipality, that the hose that people have been waiting for have finally come. I'm so glad, and I believe it will first of all stop all the wrong talks that have been going around by people, and secondly, I think it will also change the talks by the people. The distribution of hose, as he said, today he only did the deliveries, then they're yet reconciling the programs of distribution. And I think once these hose are distributed to the people, it will change the norms. Because others, our people are also lazy, and they kept on blaming it on the MP because he kept promising the hose are coming and they're not coming. So I think this is the time that we should say no to laziness and the cultivation works proceeds.
In the meantime, Pascal Ashaye, one of the beneficiaries, expressed her concerns that much as they will receive the hose, there is need for tractors to be given to a group of farmers in the municipality.
Jo lembe pa kotu pe kawoni kwere jukeliwa meni do kode pe kunwa biti mangoya angeyungo lemu makaweshi chalo MP Mamwa area MP Nebi Municipality always konwa kulembe pa kwer kulembe matung amsilo ne lembe pa kwer. This is the second time empoku wa kwer do wangeyo ngo kuchieng murienye kwer mwaini wabiti mkudango angeyo ngo do mansilo ne wabe yuago municipality chalo ka woni mende wechi lembe pa tractor ekelua do next time do tractor wame to tractor kana pini municipal ario komikeye edo wabo tubejuto ruwa do tractor
Nebi municipality has a total of over 24,458 households, according to the recent population census carried out by the municipality officials. There is a hope that if the halls are properly used, food production in the municipality will be achieved. Alfred Jawok, Westnile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. Police in Zoka Police Post, Ajumani District, are investigating a case of impersonation and forgery that has made many community members lose their hard-earned money to unscrupulous people who terrorize the village. This was revealed by the Superintendent of Police, Dragudo Ignatius, the Police Public Relations Officer for the North Westnile region. Okumu Dominic reports.
The police in Zoka Police Post, Itirikwa Sub-County, Ajumani District, are investigating a case of impersonation and forgery that has led to many community members losing their hard-earned money to unscrupulous people who terrorize the village. The case, which was registered on the 6th of August this year by the local council, one chairperson of Itirikwa village, Mr. Edema Charles at Zoka Police Post, indicated that Mr. Owo Charles with his team decided to launch a roadblock and extort money from the community members under false pretense of being the local council one officials of the area. This was revealed by the Superintendent of Police, Dragudo Ignatius, the Public Relations Officer for North Westnile region.
The police in Zoka Police Post, Itirikwa Sub-County, Ajumani District, are investigating a case of impersonation registered in Zoka Police Post under SD Friends number 16 on the 6th August 2023, and a forgery by using a stamp of another district to another district as allegedly. The report of this case is the LC1 chairperson of Itirikwa village, Mr. Edema Charles, who came and reported the case to Zoka Police Post.
After the matter was registered, the police acted swiftly to the allegation and were able to arrest Mr. Owo Charles and detain him at the police station to help in the investigation of the matter.
His team decided to launch a roadblock and are collecting money from the local community of Itirikwa Sub-County, Ajumani District, and they are presenting themselves the LCs of that particular village, and some of these teams are presenting themselves as in charge security or security officers around Itirikwa village. So when these officers of Zoka, the police officers who are controlling and providing security in a Zoka police post under the leadership of the Superintendent of Police, Mr. Yosam Francis, shifted first with his team. When they reached in that particular area where they launched the roadblock, those other teams decided to escape the arrest. They ran away, and then this one chairman, Owo Charles, was arrested and brought to Zoka Police Post.
The superintendent of police urged the community members living around the game reserve to desist from encroaching on the land for settlement, but rather request them to live and farm outside the gazetted area and avoid clashes among themselves over the land.
My humble advice to the local communities in that gazetted area of Omadi Wildlife Reserve is that the government of Uganda is clear. People are not supposed to stay in wildlife reserve area. They should better settle outside the game reserve, and they should avoid clashing among themselves and be presenting themselves self-styled local leaders in the area.
The area around the game reserve has harbored a lot of people within the region and beyond. However, many attacks and clashes have been taking place about the ownership of the rich fertile land, especially among the Madi and the Acholi tribes, but the government is yet to make a clear pronouncement about the matter. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu reporting from Moyo.
And more in our stories. Westnile Rural Electrification Company Limited gave back to the community by commissioning street lights along the Avenue Road under the company's corporate social responsibility budget. Muzaidi Kemis, the mayor of Aurora Central Division, appreciated Westnile Rural Electrification Company Limited for their efforts and pledged for support towards the company. Farish Majid reports.
Westnile Rural Electrification Company Limited, the body contracted to provide electricity service to the Westnile sub-region, gives back to the community by putting up street lights along the Avenue Road under the company's corporate social responsibility. The body is undertaking to light up the street for the next 6 months, which will later be taken up by the city administration as they intend to extend their services in the city. Mzaid Kemis, the Central Division Mayor, appreciated Wenereko for the efforts and he pledged for support towards the company.
So assure the management of Wenereko, we are going to be behind them to see that all the dark areas within Central Division must. I have some particular cells here. I have Uzua cell. Uzua cell is suffering, we have no poles. I have the lower belt of Olibi. I have the lower belt of Olisi. I need him to come out and join hands because as people are yet looking for other areas, for us we have identified key areas where we have power problem and we are going to give him support. As the mayor, I'm going to give him support.
Wangoik Judith, the Public Relations and Communications Office of the company, explains that they are putting up the street lights for the betterment of the people of the region. And she also appreciates the Central Division leadership for the support.
We did the work in the month of July and it's fully completed. The street is now lit. And for us as Wenreko, we are only looking at the well-being of the people of Westnile. We know that when the street is lit, there is security and people can freely move and enjoy the security within the city division. And we also want to thank the city, the Central Division team for the support that they have pledged to give Wenreko. Oli Division has been one of the divisions in the city where we have had a lot of issues of vandalism, but with the support from the councillors and the team from Central Division, we have managed to cap down the issues of vandalism in the area. We want to thank you for giving us that great support, and we pledge to work with the community of Arua to serve the people of Westnile Division.
The streetlights were officially commissioned this week, and a member of the public has spoken out about the project.
My name is Justo. So I think the importance of these lights, they provide security along the roads, and let me reduce the rate of accidents along when people are moving. These drivers are always sometimes they're just reckless, and there are a lot of robberies. This one cannot help. And the most important thing also improve the city. Otherwise, it's a big city now. Yeah, that's.
The streetlights, according to the company, will improve security and enhance public safety, most especially during night hours. But where vandalism of electricity equipment still remains a challenge, we hope this newly put up project will stand the test of time. Farish Majid, Westnile TV NILE CAST.
And He is offering guidance to all responsible ministers to direct all the mother districts and the regional cities to speed up the process of handing over the public facilities which are under the district to the cities. This will go a long way in resolving all the countrywide conflict between the cities and their mother districts over the ownership of whose facilities for public use. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports.
The Public Service Committee have been receiving a lot of complaints from most of the regional city on the increasing conflict arising as the city authority fight with the mother district leaders to hand over all the facility for public uses such as stadium, health center, recreation center, among others, to the city.
What has been confusing people? Number one, the mother is looking at how much she has done and saying, really, do I leave this? That has caused a lot of confusion. But what we are telling government is that all these are agents of government. You are not going to sell property to one another or give condition to one another. If you don't have property the other side, government has to give you money to put it. Leave what is here to the entity remaining here.
This came after the chairman Gulu district, Opeo Christopher Atake, issued a statement before the committee, who was recently meeting the leaders from both Gulu City and Gulu District, saying Gulu will continue owning all the assets they have been having in the city, and the district will use such facility to raise revenue to support the operation of the district.
Gulu District local government, you know, Gulu City graduated from Gulu Municipal. They never contributed in building all these resources we have. And above it all these lands and structures, they're in our names. So they should not intimidate us. Let us talk us, okay? That we are going to construct for you premises in a watch, amounting to this amount of money. So that the same thing we leave them, like this money we constructed using locally raised revenue. Currently, where we are occupying German. So there is no way this Gulu City team can begin claiming that really all sound we hand over them these properties. So as much as we are going to relocate, we are going to retain some of these properties, but where there are free space of land, we will hand over to them. But we should also be given that liberty to decide on our assets.
Alfred Okwonga, the mayor of Gulu City, blamed all this on the line ministries and the central government.
Most of the problem or challenges we are facing is not being created by our brother district, Gulu district, but we are seeing a very big problem coming from our ministry and from the central government. First of all, when the city is created, I said we have ever been treated unfairly. We have led at the level of municipality without any change, any new change being done. And we are being suffocated.
Okwonga appealed to the Ministry of Local Government to consider coming out with a directive which will practically guide on the sharing of public assets between the city and the mother district.
Apart from administrative unit, we support the operation of Gulu district or other mother district of the cities. What about other public assets which were in custody of the district? How is it going to be termed and managed? We are seeing now the stadium, people are encroaching, like by the stadium here. People put structure because it's not handed over to us, we cannot do anything.
However, Mugole Mauku D. Stephen, a member of parliament for Kabweri County, blamed all this on the delay of the inductions of the city leaders by the Ministry of Local Government.
Action is very late. Because, Mayor, you cannot watch people constructing on Peche, whether you have the authority or not, you are the mayor.
Yes.
You can, in fact, that statement was not proper. You cannot accept that because at the end of the day, they will hand to you a problem. So once you see a problem, you have to come together with the district. If there is no conflict, then you should be with the district to find out why that is happening. So there could be some cold blood which is not known.
The Committee of Parliament on Public Service was on their countrywide tour to all the regional city and mother district in what they term as the oversight visit. Stephen Okello for Westnile Television, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has given a green light to the Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board to cancel exams of 42 candidates found guilty of malpractice. Speaking during the release of the April-May exams in Kampala, the UBTEP Executive Director, Onesmus Osinje, recommended the 42 candidates for cancellation after the disciplinary hearing. The Education Minister, who was represented by the State Minister for Higher Education, John Muyingo, gave the nod to UBTEP to cancel the exams.
Viewers, my name is Oraku Benson Pastor, and you are most welcome for Sports News Edition at Westnile TV. In one of the stories we have got for you today, Aruakile Sports Club have already confirmed the signing of 4 new players ahead of the new season in the Star Times Uganda Premier League. These 4 players are going to act as a replacement for some of the players who have already left the club over the summer transfer window. The PRO of the club, Darcy Lemate Adams, aka Otelu Vegas, confirms this story. Let's have more of the compiled story from Frederick Dramadri.
We have got 5 to 4 new players but we have extra. We have like 8 new players that are arriving. Some of them we have pending things about them to solve with the parent clubs and so on. So we can't make them official. Those few we have made official, those are the ones where we have really finished the signatory issues and issues concerning the parent club. We have signed Mandela, the centre back. We have signed Okumu Rogers, the central defender. We have signed the striker called Centre. We have signed a midfielder called Senonga. Some of them are free agents. Like Mandela is a free agent. He didn't have a club. We got him. Okumu, we got him from Nubaraka. Centre, we got him from a club deep in Goigoi. And then also Senonga is a midfielder we got from Express.
More than 5 players have already left Rural Hill Sports Club at the ongoing summer transfer window, including their goalkeeper, that's Rogers Omedwa. We also have got defenders who have already confirmed their exit at the club. This one includes Toha Rashid. You talk about Bright Vune, not forgetting about Matovo. What about this other guy who plays in the attacking force? I'm talking about Madweka. All these players, of course, they have already confirmed their departure from the club. The transfer window is still open and it will be coming to an end on the 1st of next month, that's September, which means Rural Hill Sports Club, they are still in the market to see that they get replacements for the players who have already left the club. Away from that story, this time we are turning our angle to a national story, and it's a very big tournament called FIFA Super 8 tournament, which started yesterday. In the results of the games that we have played yesterday, it was a Bull that went on to edge out Vipers by 1-0. And then in the other game, which was played yesterday, it was Sports Club Villa that beat the team Maroons by 2-1, which means in the semi-finals, the team Bull FC will now have to meet Sports Club Villa. And then in the results of the games that we have played today, in the evening, we also had 2 games on the card as Kasasiro Boys. KCA went on to beat Purple Sats, that's Purple Sats by 2-0. And then in the other game, it was URA, the tax collectors, that emerged as the winners over Bright Stars, beating them by 2-1, which means in the other semi-final, we will see the team URA taking on the team that's KCA that did beat Wakiso Giants. Away from that story, this time we are turning our focus to what is going to happen in the new season of La Liga, not forgetting about the English Premier League, as they are all kick-starting tonight. Let's start with the English Premier League. Tonight we have in one game on the card. It will be between Manchester City, that's managed by Pep Guardiola, up against Burnley, that's managed by former defender for Manchester City. Burnley, we are the champions of Sky Bet Championship last season. Meanwhile, for Manchester City, they were the winners of that English Premier League last season. Not only that game to be played over the weekend, we have got other fixtures to be played. In one of the games to be played, the biggest fixture of the week will actually be coming on Sunday, as Chelsea will be staying at Stamford Bridge. They will be open their season with a game up against Liverpool. Meanwhile, Spurs in the London Derby, they will be playing their game up against Brentford. In Monday Night Football, Manchester United will be staying at Old Trafford as they open their campaign with a game up against Wolves. And in the other games to be played tomorrow, West Ham will have to travel to Vitality Stadium to take on Bournemouth in their open season. And in another game to be played tomorrow, the Gunners, the runners-up of last season's English Premier League season, they will be open their campaign with a home fixture up against the Forest guys. I am talking about Nottingham Forest and Brighton and Hove Albion, the team that surprised the whole world last season by going on to finish in UEFA Europa League position, will be open their campaign with a home fixture up against the newly promoted side, that's Luton, plus the rest of the fixtures to be played in English Premier League. Meanwhile, in Spanish La Liga, 2 big games to be played tonight, as Almeria will be open the campaign with a game up against Rayo Vallecano. Meanwhile, Mestalla-based club Valencia will open their campaign of the new season in La Liga as they travel away to Sevilla. And in the big games to be played over the weekend in Spanish Primera Division, Real Madrid will have to travel away to Athletic Bilbao as they start their campaign to see if they can be able to eliminate Barcelona that won the Spanish Primera Division last year. last season rather. Meanwhile, for Barcelona, the defending champions, their game is on Sunday as they will be tussling it out with Getafe. Atletico Madrid, the Vanda Metropolitan-based club, will have their open fixture on Monday as they will be playing the game up against Granada. In the last story we have got for you today, actually we are turning our focus to what is happening in the world of transfers. A lot is happening in the world of transfers. I want to start with West Ham. West Ham, actually they are at the verge of completing the signature of Dan Ward-Prowse from Southampton. This guy has been the captain for the Saints and he has been linked with a move to join Hammers. And West Ham is looking for a way to replace Declan Rice and at the same time Paqueta, who has been linked with a move to join Manchester City. Now at the camp of Bayern Munich, they are at the verge of selling a move for Harry Kane. That one will be a record British pound of £100 million plus 20 million pounds as add-ons. And this is a guy who has for a longer period of time been at the camp of Spurs, breaking a lot of records. In one of the records he has already broken at the camp of Spurs. He's the all-time top scorer for the team of Spurs, and he's only 48 goals away to be the all-time top scorer in English Premier League, almost equaling the record of Alan Shearer, the guy who played for Blackburn and Newcastle. And in the next few hours, this guy will become a new player for Bayern Munich. To finalize, there is also another transfer wrangle between the team, that's Chelsea and Liverpool, as they are all battling over the signature of Moise Caicedo from Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion came up clearly saying that they will be selling Moise Caicedo to the highest bidder. And according to the report we got today from Sky Sports, Liverpool bidded £111 million to lure the signature of the Ecuadorian. And this is a player who joined Brighton and Hove Albion way back in 2021 for just only £4 million from a team that plays in Ecuadorian League. And he has only played one season with the Seagulls. And Chelsea, they are still in the mix. Asking me why? Because the heart of the guy is to play for the Blues, not for the Anfield-based club. And we are waiting to see if Liverpool will be in position to complete the signature of the guy, or else we will be seeing the guy turning the focus to join the Blues. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of Sports News at Westnile TV. My name remains Oracle Benson Pastore.
Thank you, Erako Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports update. And with that, viewer, we've come to the end of the NILE Cast on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the NILE Cast to the end of the NILE Cast only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumaringa Christine. Have a good day.